Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Wieselmeyer. I am the Missouri Southern State University Teacher Education Coordinator, and I also teach some classes here. I teach some junior block courses as well, and also I will help out with your certification pieces when you get to graduation. So I would like to share a PowerPoint with you and go over why I'm here talking to you during Education 100. Okay, so first of all, welcome to Missouri Southern Teacher Education. I cannot tell you what a great career path you have chosen. It's going to be wonderful. You may or may not know what you want to teach when you're done. Hopefully between now and maybe next year, you know for sure what you want to teach, but getting you out observing and into different school systems and things like that, that's going to help solidify what area you want to teach and subject for sure. So let's first share with you our Missouri Southern Teacher Education homepage. It has so much information for you guys to go to. So if at all I leave any questions for you, or if you just need to scroll around and look at some more information, definitely visit Missouri Southern State University Teacher Education homepage. So I'll go to the next slide. Here is that homepage for you to look through. It's got everything that you'll need to know, questions asked, things like that. And of course, if it doesn't have the questions or answers for you on this page, definitely come see me. My office is 220. I can help out, as well as your advisors and your professors. We can all help you out. So here are the areas of certification for teacher education majors. So first of all, I need you all to know who your advisor is. If you're not sure who your advisor is, you can look on your DegreeWorks and it will have it listed out for you. If you look on DegreeWorks and you do not have an advisor, come see me in office 221 or email me at vieselmeyer-j@mssu.edu. So your advisors are so very important because we have plans for you guys to get you from where you're at now to graduation. And of course, that takes a combined effort. That takes our plans of study that we have for you guys, but also it takes you doing the coursework and getting the correct grades in those courses, and as well as keeping your GPA up. And we'll talk about GPA here in just a bit. So let's talk about some pathways. Our elementary education is no longer just a 1 through 6 certification piece. We have found out from area administrators that they would like to see our elementary education majors have some helpful certification pieces in some areas that schools struggle with. So for example, we'll look at the first one, elementary education 1 through 6, and early childhood birth to 3. So our pathways used to have electives that students got to choose. Well, what we did was we took those electives away for you to choose and we refined them into our pathways. So with our elementary education majors, you will choose one of these pathways, and our early childhood pathway was developed because a whole bunch of the school districts around this area have decided to incorporate preschool as part of their school system. So in doing so, they have to have certified teachers. And typically elementary ed teachers are only certified 1 through 6. Therefore, we added the early childhood, birth to 3, and birth to 3 means birth to 3rd grade, just so you know that. And so that way, if you want to teach a kindergarten or below, you know, a preschool level, then definitely this would be the pathway you would want to look into. Elementary education 1 through 6 and special education K-12, that would be our next pathway. This pathway came about because most of our elementary education teachers will have students who possibly need an IEP, but might not have been identified yet as needing an IEP, or sometimes it takes time with testing in our school systems. So a lot of our elementary teachers may have students that are in their classrooms that are in the phase of being tested and looked at and monitored and data being pulled about these students, but you may have no help within your class to address these students with possibly some strategies and things like that. So this pathway became about due to that and the need for our elementary education majors to have definite strategies to work with special education students within their classrooms. And then our third pathway is elementary education 1 through 6 and ELL K through 12. And this pathway is based on our students who come into our school systems who are not English language first speakers. So those students definitely need teachers who are ready with strategies in place to help out with their learning needs as well. Then we can move on to our middle school. Our middle school, we will have math, science, social studies, and comm arts. And those are going to be a 5 through 9 certification. You will have one advisor for middle school, and back up to the elementary, you will have one advisor as well. Our secondary or high school educators will have 2 advisors. They will have a teacher ed advisor, of course, and then they'll also have a content advisor. So those areas that you could specialize in would be math, social studies, and social studies has 2 different options. We have an IPA option, and we also have a history option with that. And then we have chemistry and biology, business, English, speech and drama. And then we also have our K-12 areas, and those are going to have 2 advisors. Again, that will be a teacher ed advisor and a content advisor, except for PE. PE majors will have a physical education kinesiology advisor. So we will have, of course, our physical education. We'll have art, French, Spanish, instrumental music, and vocal music. Again, if you do not have an advisor or do not know your advisor, first look on your degree works and see who is listed as your advisor. And then if you have any questions about that, or if you do not have an advisor, please either email me or call me. Also, if you stop by Suite 220, you can also get a plan of study for your degree if you do not have one yet, which will show what you will need to take from now until you graduate. I'm going to go on to the next slide. Okay, here we go. So right now, you guys are all Education 100 students, so you're still early on within the program. At some point, you're going to start hearing about our tentative admission to teacher education or the junior block, okay? So in order for you to be accepted into the teacher education program or the junior block, you will need 60 hours, a 2.75 overall GPA, an ACT Super Score composite of 20 or higher. And if you are not sure what that means, you can definitely either email me or call me, and I can help you out with that, as well as your professors and advisors can help answer that as well. You'll also, when it comes time for your admission application into the teacher education program or your junior block, you will need to apply for that, and the application is down below here on this link. Can we talk about grades in your professional courses? So definitely this is huge. I have a cute little cartoon to go along with this. So can we talk about grades and professional GPA? What does professional GPA mean, and why am I hearing about this already? So again, I know you guys are early on, but it's very important for me as the teacher education coordinator who will get to look over your requirements before you can graduate to make sure, and student teach. You can't student teach or graduate without some of these other requirements that are for later on, but you have to really think about them now. So your so we talked about your overall GPA being a 2.75 to get into the program for your junior year, your junior block, your tentative admission into teacher education. But after that, then you'll start looking forward to this time that you're going to be starting to student teach, which will be later on. But in the meantime, you are taking a whole lot of courses that go into your professional GPA. On DegreeWorks, they break your GPA down into different categories. And so when you look on your GPA, or on your DegreeWorks, if you will look down at the different headings, you'll find one for professional GPA, okay? On your professional, you need to make sure that that one stays at a 3.0 or above. If it is not a 3.0, you will not be allowed to student teach or graduate. So let's talk about some of the courses that go into your professional GPA. The class you're in right now, Education 100, that goes in there. Some of your other courses that you'll take, Education 280, anything that has like an EDUC that goes into your program for graduation, that's an EDUC, will count towards your professional GPA. Also, though, there's some that do not have the EDUC prefix. So for example, Psychology 310, that goes into your professional GPA as well. So when you look on DegreeWorks and you can see all the different courses that are listed underneath your professional GPA, you need to make sure that those grades that you're getting in there will end up counting for a 3.0 or better. Now I say this also because you can earn a C in a professional course and be okay, but if you earn too many C's in that area, it's going to drop your GPA below a 3.0. So I want to tell you that very early, because I hate having a conversation with a student who should be getting ready to student teach, but they cannot. They have to take another semester and retake some courses that they got C's in because they had too many C's. So therefore, their GPA was below that 3.0 for their professional GPA. So this is definitely coming from a place of our heart, wanting you now to understand this and to make sure, even though you can have a C in one of these courses, that if you have too many of them, that GPA will definitely have to be fixed. And that means putting off your graduation and student teaching semester. So as you go along the way, make sure that you're working hard, that you're attending courses, that you're doing the work that you need to, and you're doing it as to what your professor is asking for. So if you have rubrics, if your professors are giving you rubrics, read those rubrics. Make sure that you're getting the most points possible and that you're working as hard as you can. If you don't understand something, make sure that you ask questions of your professors, and just make sure that every course that you take, you are getting the highest grade that you can get in that course. Okay, so scholarship information. I understand that you guys did have a guest speaker come talk to you from the financial aid office who absolutely know more about financial aid than I do, but I also wanted to make sure you guys had some links so that you could look into some of these financial aid options. Make sure, the biggest thing here is make sure you apply for FAFSA. I can't tell you enough, apply for FAFSA. Every year, update and apply for it. The financial aid scholarships that they have in the financial aid office, there is a link here to those, as well as we have some scholarships for teacher ed majors only, and I have information that you can look on for that as well here in these links. So if you have questions, my name is Ms. Jenny Wieselmeyer. I am, again, the Teacher Education Coordinator, and my office is located in Office Suite 220, which my office is actually 221, but I'm in the Office Suite of 220. And my phone number is 417-659-4318. And you can also email me at wieselmeyer-j@mssu.edu. Thank you, guys.